an even number, so I count up by the twos. Damn, you gon' count it by the twos. Roll with certified. First you gotta get approved. You know, I gotta get approved.
What it do? What's happening? What's cracking? K-Paso, it's your boy Don Mo.
Jay Wood.
And it's your girl Dev.
And today, y'all, we have another special guest here. The owner of Oh My Fro, Miss Jasmine Taylor. What's happening?
Hey.
What's going on with you?
Not much. Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you. We're glad to have you here, actually. So, what's going on? Family, everything good?
Oh, everybody's all right. Same old. We just trying to make it.
Staying away from that Rona?
Ooh, child. We staying in the house.
I got to.
Yes.
Got to. Yeah. So, what's up, y'all? Jay, what's going on, bro?
Another day in paradise, man.
Man, we back at it.
A lot of protesting, BLM. It's starting to spark the world. I mean, it's got an impact on the world. The power is really showing. We got the white people on our side that we need.
About time.
I mean, we gonna need them. They real important. So, Debbie, what you got going?
What's up, Dave?
So really nothing new this week. We went to last weekend we went to the protest together, and then this weekend I went to 2 more protests. And you know me, I feel like everybody has a different role in the revolution that's going on right now, and mine is to document it. So I like to go and get a couple of pictures and stuff. And so it was pretty much good. It was peaceful. It wasn't bad. There was police all up on the buildings and stuff, watching from above. So that was a little weird, but I mean, you know, police gonna be police, so.
That's kind of like how it was at the march, too. You know, they had some of the people at handlebars and scooters standing on top of their
on the
buildings,
roof
you know
and
what I mean?
stuff.
Yeah, what y'all doing? We ain't trying to loot y'all shit, but.
Yeah,
whatever.
but it is what it
Make
is.
sure.
You said that just trying to make sure?
Make sure y'all ain't trying to run up in there. Nah. Jazz.
Yes.
We are very happy to have you here today because
Very glad to be here.
very relevant. We love what you're doing. We've been stalking you. We stalk everybody we interview, so don't feel victimized. Feel special.
I mean, y'all got something going on.
Stalker.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
It's a good stalking.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how we gonna do that. So this girl, Cuban Doll,
Oh, man.
Lord.
Dev. Let us know
Rich
what's
Approved
going
told
on.
us about this.
Why is she relevant during
First
this
of
time?
all, I didn't even know who Cuban Doll is because, y'all know, I listen to what I listen to, and I stay in my own lane for the most part. But Cuban Doll, Streets, our producer, one of our producers, he told me about her, and I looked her up, and basically she's a rapper. She's real cute. She came up with 6'9", so she's, one of those clout type of people.
Is she Cuban for real?
I don't know what she is. She's cute. She has the same body as all the other, dolls.
What you trying to say?
I'm just saying they all look the same at this.
Is she
a
like
lot
a Mo
of these,
Pete? She look like Mo Pete.
I don't know who Moby is.
Toy Story, Mo Pete.
Oh, shut up.
Cuban Doll, that's her name,
She
right?
just petite and little, and I don't know. She's pretty, but she's your typical I don't know. Don't let me be negative. Anyways, basically some videos were leaked of her having sex, some porn videos, and it just brings us to the point of basically what happened was she said that the guy who she was in the video having sex with, his current girlfriend, went through his phone and released all these pictures and videos of him doing things, and one of them was of Cuban Doll. And so my thing is she was crying on her Instagram live, and she just was saying she don't really care about it because it is what it is. Everybody has sex, which everybody does have sex, but her thing is y'all are uploading this to the internet, and this is something that was a private video, and now her nieces and nephews have to see it, and it's just not cool because she basically I feel if I wanted to be a porn star, I'd be a porn star. And I wouldn't care, if I take these private videos, then I take these private videos. So, I mean...
I don't know the law or nothing like that, but is that something that's considered revenge porn? Or?
Yeah, revenge porn is
so.
illegal. Revenge porn is illegal. And I'm not going to lie, I wanted to do something similar, but at the end of the day, it ain't worth it. And, I wouldn't want anybody doing that to me if I was dealing with a man who, maybe was lying to me saying, he didn't have a girlfriend and stuff. Because, listen, these men, these women too, these men...
Oh, shit.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to target y'all.
If you really lay down with somebody and you allow them to film you, you have to know deep down in the back of your mind that
where
this
this video's
might
going.
get out.
This
You
might
have to
get
be
out.
willing
Yes.
to deal with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So would you let somebody record
Hell
y'all?
no.
Would y'all let somebody record y'all?
No.
Dominic's
Do I
yep.
do the recording?
I don't think it's so bad for a male.
Yeah,
It's not.
I mean, if you packing and you turn it up You know what I'm saying?
Look, look,
I hate these double-sided
It's a little bit more.
things.
I mean, it's
it's
different.
real life though.
it's a
It's
reality.
like we getting fucked and y'all doing the fucking.
Hey, that's what it is.
Basically,
And we
that's
get-
why the same thing about what's your body count and all that same shit.
And we
is-
get
it's different for them.
praised for it.
But I really hate that. And so, what would you do? So you would let somebody record you?
Oh,
Like it's different
I
because
do
y'all
the
in different
recording.
situations. Like you're actually married,
yeah, I'm gonna be in
and
possession
you
of
are
the
like
video.
almost
Right.
married. So like, would you would be in possession? But like, what if it was just like your girlfriend who you'd been with maybe for a couple of years? You
Would
don't
I
know.
record her?
Would you let her record y'all?
I'm gonna be doing a recording.
So it's fine. Same with you.
Yeah.
So
And
no
what
face,
about
no
you?
case, because you catching it from this angle.
You know what I
Is that
mean?
you're
Just
saying?
holding from that POV. You know.
Yeah, no.
Okay, what about you, Jazz? You gonna let her record you? Like
Back
I,
shots.
That shit get back to my daddy. My life is over.
I've never
Oh,
let
yeah.
anybody
Oh, yeah.
just like
Absolutely.
record me, but I do have my own
Okay, man.
recording.
But have you
That's
sent them?
different. You are in possession of that.
Yeah, I'm in possession of the recordings.
But I'm gonna be honest though, like if something like that happened to one of my family members, hell yeah, I'm gonna be upset about it. You get what I'm saying? Because I have female family members, of course, everybody does, and I actually have daughters too. So if something like that shit was to happen,
We gotta go handle that.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I can see why she was upset about it. You know what I mean? I can see y'all side of the.
The equation.
But
So,
I'm sure y'all didn't send the bucket naked to somebody too, though. I mean,
I've never sent a full
You've never
naked
sent
picture.
a bucket naked.
Never.
Because when you send a bucket naked, just know that bucket naked is out there.
I mean, like, are we
it's-
saying like butt naked to where you can't really see the vagina? Or are we saying butt naked like
I'm
just
talking about-
boobs? Like,
it
are
can
we
be
talking
just-
about like
I mean,
spread
just
eagle,
private-
open everything?
Just private.
Spread eagle.
Private areas. I mean, the three target.
The
I mean, it
most,
can
the
be-
three target areas, butt,
It's
front,
not.
and
No,
boobs.
no. Both titties
Oh, one
and-
in each individual entity.
and
Sorry.
that girl down there. But I mean, because the butt, we
funny.
see the butt in movies all the time. I mean,
Right.
I mean, you watch. We when we was growing up, it was like 2 movies that had a butt in them. We know Baby Boy. I'd be like, man, I don't want to see his butt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's real common now, and it's not like rated R no more to see a butt.
So, but y'all are basically saying y'all are desensitized to seeing women's asses.
Not really. I mean, a
I don't
butt.
think
It's just a butt.
it's nothing like you don't see like the nipples on a girl's titties or you don't see her vagina or nothing. But the ass that's out there, like you go to Miami, you go to the beach, it's
You
out
see
there
butt.
like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see butt.
Yeah, but is out. I feel like it's acceptable to like kind of show your butt a little bit, depending on like where you're at. I know if I'm in Miami and I don't have my kids with me, my butt is probably gonna be out too.
It's not
Yeah.
as explicit.
It's not just
No.
okay. So what would y'all do if y'all found pictures of a naked person and y'all significant other's phone?
I'm not gonna post them to the internet. That's so.
Oh, like
shady.
you talking
what
about?
is that?
First
How
of
does that
all, why do
benefit
you have possession of them pictures still? Like you should have deleted them a long time ago.
you? Well, that's true.
Because my significant other, that's my girl, that's my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not no girlfriend. If it was a girlfriend and we was just talking, I can't do nothing about that. But once it gets serious and it cross that line, you should delete them. Like you shouldn't have your ex-boyfriend, girlfriend on your Facebook. Like, come on, man, that's childish.
I still have my baby daddy on my
Alexis.
Facebook,
That's different though. Y'all got a kid.
and
You know
like
what I mean?
it's not like pictures of us like just like
I'm talking
together.
about
Like
family
it's
pictures.
like I don't know. It's like we was like 16.
So you think you should cut all ties after
Yeah,
breakups?
yeah. I mean, it just depends. Most of the time, it's the woman that's insecure about that kind of stuff. Like a male, like we just like.
So
Oh, yeah,
y'all
I'm
are
talking
okay
about-
with like your woman being friends with her ex? Thank you,
No.
Dominique, for
Nope.
speaking on it.
Who? I didn't say nothing. I said
Exactly.
A
You didn't say nothing.
I said because he said something before I did.
Hell
So are you
no.
okay with your woman being friends with somebody who she's had sex with?
Well, let's see. Let's go down her friends list and see if any one of them exists.
That's a no.
I just don't. I think you should cut that runway. I mean, it's like it's just like I don't know. Like we've said this before and we kind of discussed this before, but I just can't have it in my mind. A picture like when you see that dude in the bar, like maybe we should move to the other side or we gotta go. Because you hit that. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I was fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now we gonna
how do you think
skedaddle
we
to the
feel?
other side. Yeah, we go.
But how do you think we feel? We probably had like a low key type of relationship. Y'all, we got to worry about out of this 20 bitches in this room, like how many of these girls have you fucked? You know what I'm saying? Like,
But-
so we don't try to think about those things. So y'all need to try not to think about those things too. Y'all just don't do it.
We know
male
how
ego
niggas
is
is.
fragile,
We
Deborah.
know.
You said the male ego is fragile. It's too fragile.
We know,
It's-
we
exactly
know,
what
we
it
know
is.
how
Just being
males is
honest.
though. We know how other males is. Like if you give them just a little bit of leeway, they gonna probably try to get in your inbox, slide up in there. What you been doing?
But if you really trust your woman, then
It's
it
not
don't
about
matter
trust.
the
We know
slide,
they
right?
gonna keep sliding.
Let the nigga slide.
The same
Nah, we
let me
don't
tell
need
you,
to let them slide.
the
Because when they
three
slide, they
people-
might slip. You know what I'm saying?
The same 3 people be like
catch 'em on the
sliding
wrong
up on
day,
my
you know?
Snapchat every day. Let me tell you something. They don't got
No play.
not a chance.
But you should have cut them. If you block them, they can't even
What
slide.
if they
But
catch you on the
they
right day,
don't
though?
need to block them. They ain't gonna never catch me on.
What
There is
if
no
you going
right
through
day.
it with your significant other?
There's no right day. Listen, these be the thirstiest. The thirstiest people be the people who you be like never in life. Okay.
But see, I don't believe everybody is probably as loyal as you are, though. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like some women, they get caught sleeping on the wrong day. They just gon'
Ain't no way that would like go down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. My daddy always used to just say, "There's always gonna be like someone finer than you, smarter than you, faster than you. Someone makes more money than you. Like, you
That's
just
true.
gotta be able to be like comfortable with
But
yourself."
that's how you know if you got a real relationship, though, because of course there's like beautiful women out there. Like, I mean, that's how the world is. But you ain't got that establishment like established shit. Like when you with a relationship, especially with a wife or a husband or whomever you have, I mean that foundation is created. So when you lose that person, you lose all of that. So that's where it really hurts. It's not about the person being beautiful, because you can go to Miami and find all the beautiful women you want, with the booties, the nose, the mouth, the bow tie, everything
This nigga
that
said
you
the bow
like.
tie.
I'm just saying everything
I get
everybody
it, bro.
like.
Love yours.
But you
know
gotta
what I mean?
exactly.
That's
It
what
ain't
it is.
nothing like your woman. It ain't nothing like your man.
Yeah.
No matter how he look, how he make you feel. That's what's important, is how he make you feel and how
But
he
is that
motivates you.
selfish? Because I was thinking the other day, what is unconditional love? And like, is it selfish of me to only want to be with someone because how they make me feel?
No, that should be a big part of it.
You don't think
Yeah.
so?
All right, Dev.
Let's get it.
Devery,
What's up?
you got a couple of secrets for us today, cause
I actually only got one secret.
it better be a good one then.
It's a good one. It's a long one, and it actually fits into what's like going on right now, like in the world, like the rhetoric and stuff. So, as y'all know,
She
I got
used that
Devery
big word.
Secrets. Whatever. Devery Secrets is it's usually an anonymous questionnaire, or I ask different questions, or you could just like tell me different things how you feel. I post a link on my Snapchat. My Snapchat is at Princess Devery, or at my Instagram at The Real Street Hippie. So this actually came from a person. It's not an anonymous secret because she truly wants to know. So I really respect her for asking this question, because I feel like this is something that a lot of people are wanting to know right now. Okay. I have a question for Devery Secrets, and I think many mamas of biracial children could benefit from. I am a white mother of a biracial son. I'm always told there are some things I cannot teach my black son by my friends and some family members of color. What are those things? I have taught him to have compassion for all people. I have taught him about racism as much as I can, being that I've witnessed it but not personally experienced it. And I try to expose him to black history, like true black history, not only the stuff in history books, in urban culture. I'm trying to ask these hard questions so I can get as many perspectives as possible to gain understanding. Is there something I'm missing?
Can you summarize that?
So basically, this woman has a son who, and a little background about this woman too, she's remarried to a white man. So she basically like lives in an entirely white household, but she has a biracial son. Her baby daddy is black. Okay. So she wants to know like how to basically like show him like the black culture. And like me speaking as like a biracial person, and like I was raised in a Mexican household for a long time. Like I would go visit my dad like for summers and like for holidays and stuff like that. And like I knew the difference between my black family and my Mexican family. Like cultures are just different. But I don't know, I feel like white is a lot different than Mexican. And I know that sounds crazy, but I do feel like it's like a lot different in that black culture and Mexican cultures are very similar in a lot of the ways anyways.
You go through like some of the same struggles.
Yeah, you go through a lot of the same struggles, like living situations. Like a lot of black people like live with each other, like grandparents and stuff like that. Mexican households, a lot of us live with each other. And like my grandmother basically, you know, she raised all of us. And so a lot of my upbringing was Mexican. And that's why even like a lot of the cooking I do or did for a long time was like predominantly Mexican cooking. So like as far as like things that I wish that I would have known, and this is kind of part of the self-hate conversation we were having, like I wish that I would have like got to indulge on more things with like black kids. Like I wish I would have got to spend the night with more black girls my age and got to have those conversations, because like even if your home will never be able to be a black household ever. Like ever. So let your child go be in some black households. You know what I mean? Like that was one of the funnest things I could do, was like even like as an adult going to Atlanta. Like that's not a household, but like being around so many black
That
people
culture.
and that culture and seeing things, it like does something to me. It did something for my kids because I got to see like, oh my God, like there's so many black people. Like I'd never been around this many black
Right.
people. And so just letting your child go to different people's houses that you trust and letting him be a part of their culture, because like really there's a lot that you can't teach him because you have your perspective, and you can teach him to see everybody as equals, but like, I mean, everybody as the same, but we're not all the same. And like, your son might be one of those kids who like as he gets older he looks more white, because I was on Facebook the other day and there was this like biracial boy and he was white and black and he was saying like he basically all lives matter, and it like pissed me off so much because it's like I went and I was like looking at his profile and like he has a white girlfriend, a white mom, his kids look white, and he basically looks white except for like he has like the black nose and like
Right.
black lips, but his complexion, everything in his hair is like blonde. So it just made me feel like you probably have gone through some like racial injustices and struggles, but like in your life that you live, like your la la land world that you live in, you don't see what your brothers and sisters are going through. And so like that little boy too, I feel like maybe the way he looks already, he might be perceived like that, but basically he's black.
Look here, man. I'm just gonna sit back because she eating this topic up.
She
You
doing
know,
the
I'm
damn
just
thing.
saying.
And
I
she
mean,
can
I'm
speak to it
sorry.
because
I- but I
This
guess-
is a lot.
I guess-
and I'm rambling too.
I
so.
guess the daddy ain't present.
No, the dad is not present. I don't know if she wants him present or not present.
But
So
she should. I mean, if the daddy really want to be in his son's life, I mean, I think that's real important because you have, like you said, you have two different cultures. You're never gonna get that culture in a white household. Well, if you try to get that, I don't think it's gonna be authentic. It's gonna be faked.
But did
So-
we even answer any of her questions though? Because like,
Yeah.
what can she do? What are the things that she can do? Like, if you have a
I
biracial
just said,
child,
like, she need to
let
Take
that
every
daddy.
opportunity you can to try to expose him to black culture, because there's some things that even a woman can't teach a black man, a black woman, you know. So maybe if his daddy isn't present, make some black male friends that are positive role
like
models,
some mentors or something like that.
Yeah.
Put him
Just
in some
have
sports, like a coach. Like I bet you
True.
influence a lot of like young little black girls too that probably
Exactly.
their dads aren't in their life, because you know Dominique does like basketball. He coaches basketball and stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna get,
girls.
and sports is predominantly black. Let's just go ahead and say that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna come across a black something.
And when it comes to like my basketball team, I don't try to be their father figure in a sense, you know what I mean? But I just try to show them I could be like a male role model that they can look up to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they probably, like you said, some of them may not have seen that. They may not know that. You know what I mean? So I try to fill in that void in a way, but not actually just trying to be their father. you know?
Well, what is the difference between like a father figure and a role model, or like a mother figure and a
Oh.
role model?
I guess I'm not just really trying to just press them about certain things that I'll press my daughter about. You get what I'm saying? But I still hold them accountable. I still like check on their grades, make sure they're doing all right in school and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
It's really like the punishment. You can't just punish them for certain things.
yeah, exactly. You know,
It's just you gotta let them know. Look, you're not doing too well in this area. Like, get that going. But
And
with,
I also have a
with
question
daddy,
for y'all.
you just got that belt, and it's gonna make everything right.
Right.
Jazz does not agree with whooping.
No, I won't whip my children. My daddy beat the hell out of us, and it
But
just.
see, it's
I think
different.
it
I never
instills
got 'em.
fear. It doesn't. It never. I did not do things because it was the right thing. I didn't do it because I didn't want to go home and get beat down. So I think if you really want your children to be better people because they're being better people, there's other ways to.
To like
discipline.
teach them.
I personally will not.
Well, they
if you
made
wanna
me.
whip your
Mr.
kids,
Luke made
whoop
me
your
do.
kids.
Mr. Luke made me do wild seats at the Maverick.
We
So-
went through all that, but my daddy got a belt that he got made from my uncle in the pen. It was leather. It said Geechee
Oh yeah,
on it.
that's that
It
real
said
leather too.
Geechee?
His name is Geechee, and so it had Geechee on the belt.
shout out to
He
Paw
was-
Paw, man.
Ooh, you probably got one of them.
That's that
ones.
real
I
leather
know
too.
what you're talking about.
See, so yeah, that's funny. Okay,
So,
but I was
what's the
gonna ask
question?
y'all a question real quick though. So like the whole biracial conversation, real quick. Like I'm biracial. All of y'all are full black, or y'all consider yourselves to be full black.
Right.
So do y'all consider biracial people full black? Do y'all feel like biracial people can see the struggle? Because like I was talking to your wife, and she was telling me that her life was different. Like
She biracial too.
she's biracial, and although her mom is white, she never was around white people her whole life. Like she
Right.
was only around black people. Her mom was only around black people. So her whole life, like she identified as a black woman, where like I didn't really identify as anything. I didn't identify as a Mexican woman until I became more conscious and educated about things. I didn't really identify as anything because that wasn't taught in my home. Like now I teach my son, like I tell him almost every day, well, all my kids, you're a black man. You know you're a black man.
That's important.
So
And,
what,
like,
what are you? What are
What's
you?
the question?
What do you want to be?
So my thing is like I consider myself a black woman, but I consider myself a biracial black woman because I feel like my blackness overrides anything else that I am, and I feel like that's the same about a lot of black people. But it's like that one boy that I was talking about earlier, like he's more of a lighter pigment and he doesn't really look black, but like I feel black. Like, I mean, I don't know what that means. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so
No,
it's
I
just,
get it.
you get what I'm
Your
saying?
experience is different because you are of a fair tone and you have.
I feel like colorism is real. I feel like
Yeah.
all lighter pigmented people have a different experience.
me ask you this.
experience
Talk
in
about
this
a
world.
yellow bone.
It's
No,
for real, it's
colorism.
serious.
Well, colorism
I
is
get
something that I did want to get into because colorism is real, and a lot of like light skinned people will not accept the fact that we walk through this world differently than darker people do. Like, yeah, they still look at us differently, but I know that if I straighten my hair, that I can pass. And maybe they're not going to think that I'm white, but they're not going to really just be like, she's black. But with my curly hair, like it's like, ooh, she's black. I know she's black. You know what I mean? If I have box braids in my hair, or if I have like an ethnic hairstyle, oh, she's black for sure. You know what I'm saying? And so like any light skinned or lighter pigmented person can change up their look and kind of like appear to be more European descent.
Well, let me ask you this: what is Paul Wall? See what I'm saying? Paul Wall is full white, but he been in the black culture
Bro, that
all
shit
his
different
life.
than motherfucker.
But I'm just saying he was raised by black people though.
Right.
Raised by a black family. He white. But if you were to listen to Paul Wall, would you ever think that he was white if you never seen his face?
No.
So we just asked, like, what do we know he white, but how did he get accepted to the black culture though? Like, what made him be accepted?
But just because he got accepted in the black
No,
culture
I'm
doesn't
saying
mean that
what
he's
made
still.
him. I said what?
I don't know, but I think that's the question we're trying to answer here for this young lady is that how did she introduce that black culture or that side of her son's life? You know what I mean? Because her son's biracial, and we're trying to figure out.
And is he considered biracial or is he considered a black man? Because my brothers are the same as me, and I consider them black men. Like,
I don't know what
Like you
y'all
said,
want.
I believe like you just said, Derry, it's the black gene in you, it dominates. You know what
For
I mean?
most people, some people are real passable, real white. I know
That's
some
true.
that they're
Yep.
really white looking, but it's not often. I think no matter what she really does with her kid, most black people that don't come from a black home, they're not. They won't be like us. Like they won't
Right.
typically listen to the music we listen to. They won't, vibe to the same lingo. But if you just try, you can at least say I made an effort. But it's never gonna be the same as him growing up in the hood with his black family.
Exactly.
But there's only really so much you can do. Whenever you make a decision to have biracial children, you have to know that there are two different cultures. There's two parts of them, and like Dominique said, maybe the black is more dominant.
Our
but
cul-
there's
our-
no
our culture is
guidebook
dominant, too.
to help your kid be more black.
Yeah, our
you know?
culture
I
is
think our
dominant.
culture is dominant because
Did you see
it
what Justin
sways.
Bieber said?
It sways over into like a lot of different like music, like
Yeah.
sports. Our culture is like they want to dress like the black culture.
Listen, everybody got
It's just-
edges
Vultures.
now. Everybody been laying their edges. White girls, Mexican girls.
Everybody wear J's.
Everybody-
you
I
get what
feel-
I'm saying? It's just the black culture is really everywhere,
Yeah.
and it's like it's being
You
magnified.
wish they loved us as much as they loved our
Our
country.
culture.
But-
That's been
but
that's been
like-
that's been an issue all
But
the time.
like Jazz just said, there's no guidebook on how to be black. You know what I mean? And so the only thing I feel like she has to do, she has to be more conscious on like what she say and what she teach him as far as his culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't.
Should she teach
You're
him
not a
he's the
little white
same?
boy.
Yeah.
Should she teach him you're the same as everyone? Or should she let him know like you're a black man? Like,
Tell this
Absolutely.
nigga, bro, you a king.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Like,
you
you're a
embrace
black
that.
man.
Yeah.
He might.
that.
It's kind of weird. So that's a weird question, and the reason why I say weird is because I'm full black. My
But that's what
wife,
I'm
she's
saying.
half and half, so I can't really speak on that. That's a question for what y'all want to be. It's,
But do you consider your wife a black woman? Honestly, you date her, you sleep with this woman, you're around her. Do you consider her?
I consider
And your
a lot of
wife
black women.
really was around her Mexican family mostly her whole life. So like,
she was what?
wasn't she around her Mexican family mostly
I don't
predominantly
think
her life?
that's not really. I don't think that's true.
No,
I'm not. No. I mean, her black family and her Mexican family was around.
like
It is
equally.
just-
Like it was like an equal thing then.
well, probably a little bit more black, but yeah, like equally.
So do you consider her a black woman, or do you consider her Mexican, or you consider her
She-
biracial?
She's black. I mean, I don't know about just being considered. I mean, if you got black in you, you black. It doesn't matter
I feel that
about
too.
being considered.
I
It's
mean,
just,
a lot of the people who come to my house, like my fiance's friends and stuff, or like my boyfriend's friends, they're always calling me a Mexican
got
or
both?
like, I mean,
Oh, okay.
sometimes he's my fiance, sometimes he's my boyfriend. It just depends on how I feel that
Oh
day.
shit.
So,
my
but they
God.
always call me a Mexican, and like, it used to bother me because I'm like, I'm not Mexican. Like, I am Mexican, and I am proud to also be Mexican because,
Right.
like, sometimes I feel like when all this stuff goes on with like these Black Lives Matter and all this stuff, people like that are biracial, they're like, oh, I'm so black all of a sudden, but it's like. No, like I'm still proud of my other ethnicity, but I'm also a proud black woman. Like I'm proud. I'm proud of where I come from.
I
Like,
just say if you like claim that title, like you black, what you are, and you like really claim that, just be prepared for what comes with it.
And nine
Because it's
times
not
out-
nothing to play with.
no, it's not. I don't think so either.
9 times out of 10, most people on the outside world that consider you black, right? People that don't even know you, they will probably look at you and just say you was black, right?
I would think so too.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You a black person to me, you know.
And me and
look-
Jazz is the same color.
I think-
She's full black, so I'm just
Back-
saying.
Yellow
Like,
bones.
If you want to go back into like the slave era, the physical slave era, because it's still here, but just in a different form. But the physical slave era, y'all were treated worse than any other race. Like biracial, y'all were treated like
I don't think that.
Yeah, bro, it's in the books.
Bro, I think
like they were treated like real bad. Like, oh, you slept with
They were the
my daughter
house.
and you
Yeah.
half
They were-
black, half white. Like that, they didn't.
Mulatto.
But they lived in the
Yeah.
house though too. They was a
Nah,
house.
bro, they got treated real bad.
The light skinned pigment people.
you ain't
were
seen
considered-
Django.
Nah, they got treated bad,
You
bro.
see how they was
Samuel
treating her in
Jackson.
that, in
Yeah,
that room
her
out
baby.
there?
Did she have a baby by like one of them movies? Somebody had a baby by like a white girl, and they treated that baby real bad. Like it's you were held to like a higher standard. Now, the house niggas like my
Like
family.
yourself.
I'm just trying to glorify the situation. It's all bad, man. We don't even
Yeah,
think
real-
about
real
it.
shit.
When I just
Yeah.
think about it, it's just all bad. You know, you gotta some positive gotta come out of it.
Yeah.
Like, but it's all. I mean, just being black, just period. Like it's been a struggle. But like I said last time, it's a norm to us. We don't know what it feels like not to be black.
Right.
So we don't know what's good. I feel good.
Yeah.
I love when people target me and say, "Hey, nigger, this and that." Bro, you looking at me?
Right.
You know, I appreciate you.
Right.
But you know, it's got to come to an end because for me, that's for me. But some people it tears them down.
Yeah.
But I'm so used to it. I mean, it's just like, just don't get carried away with it. Most of it I can ignore, and most of it I can say, you know, I'm gonna try to do something to make it better for my son.
I can't
Because
ignore
my
it.
son is biracial too. So I don't know. My son is black.
I have never been called.
So-
Nobody's ever called me a nigga to my face.
What? I've been called a
Never.
nigger to my face.
I haven't
You know,
either.
I like have worked at the mall. I
Never.
work in retail, so I've been like exposed to a lot of people, and like people ask you questions, and you're like, I always have this rule. I'm not going to talk about politics at work. Some people just keep pressing you, and like when Trump was going into office, that's when somebody called
Shit
me
got
nigger.
real.
Whenever he was going in the office, and it just is like, dang.
Hey, Black Lives Matter, right?
Let's
Yep.
get to it.
BLM. All lives do matter, but all lives can't matter if black lives don't matter.
Say it.
I mean, that's y'all think it's a game, but we know everybody know that all lives matter. But come on, man, we getting treated like shit in this country. It's like we should create our own country and just get the hell up out of here.
I mean, we're being getting treated
Because
like shit.
you know, like I don't know what it is, but we should be the ones with the hate. You know what I'm saying? And it's like other way around. Like what did we do?
It's
You
like
know,
we
it's
got
just-
so much empathy.
It's
for
it's
them.
just like what did we do? You know, so I mean, Jazz. On this take, I mean, we know that you like a black advocate, like you love your black skin, you love the black culture, you magnify it any way you
Let me-
can possibly.
And let me tell y'all something. When it come to jazz, that would be a person. If they ask me, who would you, pick to speak for the young black generation in this city or just wherever? That would be one of the first person I would come to, and you know what I mean, and nominate. Like,
Oh, that's dope.
no, I'm serious with it
Thank
because I feel like your views on things and how you can articulate yourself with your words is magnificent. So like, you would be one of the first person I would come to when it comes to stuff
Appreciate
like that for sure.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
how do you feel about the movement?
The movement in itself, I don't know a lot about Black Lives Matter. I saw it when it first came around. And, I'm all for protest. But my thing is always, what do we do next? We can
Exactly.
rant and rave in the streets or whatever, and they going to turn the channel on us. They watch us being murdered in the streets, So what can we do as far as moving forward? And I've always felt like in my heart, it's not a change white people thing. I think we have to put ourselves in those positions that white people hold that hold so much power over us. So we need more black people in legislation. We need black people in law enforcement. We need black judges.
Right.
We need black lawyers. And once we start to see more of ourselves in those places, maybe we can start to make the changes, because it's been hundreds of years and they still haven't made changes for us because the system wasn't built for us.
I think
You know?
450 to be exact.
Right. And so how much longer are we just going to wait on the white people to accept us and treat us the way we want to be treated? Why not just get in there and take it ourselves?
Exactly.
But that starts with us and raising our children to be, empowered children and not having to pull themselves out of poverty. And so they're already set once they're adults so that they can make those decisions. Okay, I can afford to go to law school.
Say that again, because
know what I
I feel
mean?
like what you just said probably went over a lot of people's head.
Right.
They don't have to pull themselves out of it. Like, whenever you're going, they already have that foundation, like y'all was talking about last year.
Generational wealth.
Last week.
Yes,
Yeah. Like,
yes.
whenever they graduate, it's not, no, I have to work and I have to, like,
They
start
already got it.
living. Like, they know that they can go to college and they can get their degree and they can start living their life after that. Like, it's not
It's
a matter
different.
of.
After-
When you don't have to worry about money, you can make different decisions. The way you're not thinking, okay, what can I do to survive? You're thinking, what can I do to thrive? And so it's completely different, you know?
How?
Yeah.
That's
Dang,
why-
y'all
see,
got
look.
so-
Look, man. Look, man.
It's
See
a
what I'm
task. We
saying?
just
So I
have to
think-
put them in better position, you know?
So I really believe that it starts with like I think I went to school for 13, 14 years and I didn't learn the shit that I really needed to learn. I didn't learn the shit I needed to learn until I got out of school, as far as like with life. So our school doesn't teach us you need to go to school to be a lawyer. This is what a lawyer can do. The legislation, like all they did was teach us this weak ass history fairy tale story, and they never told us like really the truth. Like I saw one textbook talking about the Indians invited the Anglo Americans over here and welcomed them.
No, but this is the thing that
You
really
get what I'm
like blows
saying?
my
Like-
mind. How did
crazy.
y'all really? You have to be a bold person to be able to literally write a book, proofread this, and publish lies. Like literally, like this is you're teaching this. Like I just don't understand like how they literally was like, okay, like instead of telling them the actual truth of what happened, we're gonna like say this. Like it's
They
like
don't wanna
deceitful
teach-
from day one.
The thing
Y'all
is, they
been
don't want
deceitful.
to. They don't want to teach us our history. You know what I mean? And that's why I said on the last podcast last week or the last episode was that I feel like segregation was actually bad for us in the long run. You know what I mean? It's because
yes.
we stopped learning about ourselves. We started learning about where we came from. Where we start, or just basically our history.
So you on a Malcolm X tip?
If
He
I
was
gotta
more on
be-
the
We used to
Malcolm X.
thrive as a people. We had everything
should-
we needed, even just here in town.
In our
My daddy
community.
talks about it all the time.
Well, I
And he
believe-
still
we
got
had a
his shop
pharmacist.
open.
The
We had a
pastor was
grocery.
just
We had
talking
a
about it last week.
Yeah.
too.
I
And now we have
believe
to
it's
go to
real
them.
different. It's real different though. Like our generation, Jazz, our generation is different though. Like we don't just like look at like we grew up with like white people, black
Sure.
people. We don't just look at somebody. I'm pretty sure you play AAU basketball with a white person. We didn't look at them like, oh, she white, I got a bag off. Like,
Yeah.
come on, we was just like that boy Jacob Hoffner Cole. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that was like his mom used to bake us cookies. Like we didn't really
But we
as
still
a kid.
did have those moments, like whenever we would go play at Randall, that we,
Well,
we
yeah.
gonna have to talk on the
Well,
phone.
that's
knew.
different.
So
That's
we
like a
knew,
different type. That's
you
like
know,
Nana on the court.
Right,
that type
you
of-
remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was there. We was
but
there.
what I'm saying is like we kind of look at things from a different perspective. We look at it like why, like basically, why the hell are y'all like? This is Jacob. Like this been my bro for 10, 12 years. You get what I'm saying? Like, why would he hate me? You get what I'm saying? But now it's like a story like it's just like a lot of confusion with us because we didn't see the beatings and
Right.
like the lynchings and the you know what I'm saying? Like it's
People don't really have an excuse to be racist
exactly.
anymore. Yeah.
We didn't see that. And it's like it's different for us because we were all mixed in at the time. We didn't go through segregation in school. Like we wasn't going to Carver to a permanently black school but that's why our grandparents and stuff is real strong opinionated when it comes to being black, stuff like that.
Yeah, because all black people's aunties, they talk about don't bring no white girl home, and that has always been real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you making that face because it's
Hey,
real.
listen.
They can't use your comb, don't bring them home. That's
They can't use your combs, don't bring them home.
for real. Yeah, we definitely don't have that excuse. We grew up mixed up and
It's a different
We didn't
time.
grow
It's a
up
different, and that's why I think
like
that's
that.
why we're gonna be the ones that end up changing the world. If not us, then the generation right below us, our
Right.
kids and stuff, because we all grow up together. You know what I mean? And so that's what's gonna end up changing the world. It's gonna spark that flame. And so, and like when you brought up our bro Jacob, and shout out to Jacob, bro. You know what I mean? We just call him White Chocolate because he was cold with the handles on the
I know
court.
who you
You know
Yeah,
what we're
you
talking
know
about,
Jacob.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like he wasn't raised that way.
Yeah.
His family is not that way.
It's
so he
taught.
wasn't gonna be
It's taught. Racism is
Exactly.
taught.
very much so.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hatred is taught. You know.
So,
it's,
but what is the excuse for it? I mean, why? Why do you look at a black person and just say, man, that nigga this, that nigga that? Like, what do you get
It's
out of
systemic.
that? What did you
you
get out
just
of
said,
that?
It's taught when that's all the only way you speak about black people in your home. That's the way your family is. A lot of people just fall in line. A lot of people are a product of their environment. You know what I mean? So you may have black friends. So when you go out, we're cool. But if you come home and it's niggas this, ooh, and you know they ain't no good, and ooh, you know they just thugs, and
Right.
you know what I mean? It
Well,
shapes people.
that's where it starts at with the police, though. Okay, say you take a typical white officer, a young white officer that was raised around like black people, like went to a black school, a mixed school. Like Tascosa is black and white now, probably predominantly white, but it's black and white, right? So you get that white officer out of college, and then those older white officers are saying, "Man, you got to watch for these black thugs. They always got guns in the car, blah blah blah." So now you've created this monster. And said, well, every time you pull a black person over, they probably got a pistol, so treat them like they got a pistol on them. You get what I'm saying?
And that's why I believe, we was talking about this off camera, was that we have to have people from that community patrol that community. You know,
Somebody
if you
that know
grew
the
up-
community.
But
if you
who
grew up
wants
on
to
the
be a
north side, you
police?
patrol that.
It's not a lot of black people
But
that I
that's-
know of that is like, I
and
want
that's
to
what
be a
Jasmine-
police.
Well, it's because of the reputation that we got,
But
though.
wait,
If
that's-
you the
that's what
police,
Jas-
like it's bad. Like, you know, we don't teach it like the police are supposed to protect. When my son see the police right now, he cry.
But
You
that's
get what I'm saying? And it's just like, because he know. Look what they do. He know like they get back, they, you know, that they
bad.
handle you
He
wrong,
just seems
basically.
bad,
And
yeah.
I didn't even teach him that. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even
It's a
teach him that.
reality.
But that's what Jas was just telling us too. Like, we have to get more involved in things as far as being lawyers, being police officers, being doctors, and stuff like that. We have to train our youth to get involved with those things. You know what I mean? If we want this stuff to change.
And it goes back to last week. Like I said, in the black culture, let's just be honest. We glorify our materialistic things.
That's the problem.
I mean, whenever they see a drug dealer straight out of high school, they ain't want to go be no lawyer and take
be honest,
8
y'all think
years
it's a problem.
and
I
struggle
think
8 years.
that goes back to the parenting as well. Because if you don't ever get yourself in a position to show them better, to take your kids on a vacation and let them see wealthy people traveling or doing, if all they ever see is the hood,
They gonna be in the
that's
hood.
the only rich people you know are the people selling dope. I want to sell dope too. you
Right.
know?
Get that car,
If I
get
don't
that
ever
jury.
see a
Yeah.
black doctor or a black lawyer or a black person in government, then okay, I want to be, I want to be a hood nigga too.
And I don't even know. I don't even want to talk. I'm not gonna talk about myself, but I have no idea why I still continue to went to college and never sold a drug in my life. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know where it came. I've never had that role model in front of me. I don't know what it is.
You just knew. But I feel like I've always said this, and I always say this to one of my friends. Like, there's two sisters. They both have the same experience. You know what I'm saying? Like in life, one is older, one is younger. One took that experience and thrived from it. She's like, I don't want that life. I'm never gonna have that life. I'm gonna take my lemons and make it into lemonade. The other friend, she's like, dang, I went through this. I can't believe my parents like took me through this. Like, and it's like completely different. And so I truly feel like Jordan, like people, you took your experience and you're like, I don't want this. Like, I see what these people's doing and I don't want this. Like, so I'm gonna do everything in my power not to have that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I feel like everybody isn't like that though. I feel like the majority of people are like, you are a product of your environment, because even like us as adults, like as a woman, I'm not going to speak for y'all, but as a woman, like we were talking about the whole Instagram thing, we see all these girls on Instagram and I'm like, oh my God, like, okay, like one thing I struggle was with my nose and like my teeth. And so I'm like, obviously I still am going to for sure get my teeth fixed, but like my nose, like butt, boobs, like those aren't things that are really like important, but it's like, we are a product of like the images and the things that we like put into our mind and stuff. You know what I mean? So
that
same
they portray to us too. You know, they put those images out there on purpose for us to see and try to live up to that. Which deep inside, our subconscious knows that we not supposed to. But when they keep putting that out there to see, making us see that stuff, it's
They want
like
us to keep
we
consuming,
gravitate to
keep
it.
buying
Exactly.
surgeries, keep
Exactly.
buying creams to make us
Yeah.
look younger.
That's what make them get rich. But we have to understand that we gotta teach our kids and the younger generations how important those positions are, because when you go be a lawyer or a judge or something like that, they don't see those positions. Those positions are not seen. Like, you can't go to McDonald's and see no lawyer. You can't tell what a lawyer is. He doesn't wear a uniform.
Yeah.
We have to teach those roles and how powerful those roles are to our community. We gotta let them know that the president really don't got that much power. It's
Right.
that Congress and the other people under him that's making them decisions.
Right.
Well, they're taught the president runs the country. No, that's not a fact.
Talk about
Right.
it.
He has a great opinion on the country, but he's a puppet. So basically, the people who are running the country are the people behind the scenes. We have to teach those positions. Judge Thomas Jones, he need to come out and let them know how important it is in his role.
Yeah.
Like
What-
our black constables, like we have to start teaching people.
I'm glad you said that, bro, because I feel like those people in those positions that are black, I feel like I have to come back to the community and show our youth, like, this is important. This is what we need.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause other than that, if they don't see that, then they just gonna see the other side of it. You know, and this shit, they gonna end up selling drugs. just
We don't
buy some
see the
damn rims,
lawyers
you
and
know what
shit.
I mean?
We don't see the lawyers and shit in our culture or our community.
Nope.
Because, and I think it goes back to time when you had a black lawyer, he was never successful back in the day. They just looked at it, oh, he black, he lying. We ain't gonna go with him. So now stuff is starting to change, and you know, you got a lot of white people getting on our side. A lot of white people are saying that like this shit is really wrong.
Right.
Like,
How do y'all feel about white people? Like, okay, so I saw this meme and it was like, white people should not be speaking. Like, white people can be at these rallies and stuff, but white people basically shouldn't be speaking on these issues. Like, there should be no reason that I'm at a Black Lives Matter rally and there's a white person on the mic.
I think they should.
At the end of the day, we all one race, which is the human race. And so whether or not they black or not, they can see that this is not right and this shit is wrong. And so I feel like they can speak on that. You know what I mean? They may not know the exact struggle that we go through, you know what I mean, because they don't live it day to day.
But they can speak up and say that it's wrong.
Exactly.
So I was at a rally this weekend, and there was like an incident where a white woman was on the microphone, and another person was there, and she basically said that like she didn't feel like the white girl should like be speaking on the mic, and like what the things that the white girl was saying, like I see both sides, because like me, I know both of them. I don't know them, neither of them on a super personal level. I'm not going to say that I do, but I know both of them are like really good people. You know what I mean? Like they're both very passionate about this cause, but they have different experiences in it, and so. The white girl was saying, and a lot of people are saying this, like this peace and love, and like white people are saying, oh, we need to have this peace in our heart, and we need to have this love, and like we shouldn't feel this hate. And like basically, like the black girl's thing was like, bitch, like we've been in slavery and bondage for over 400 years, and you want me to have peace in my heart? You want me to have love in my heart? And like I felt that, and even saying it right now, like it's so true. And like I do feel like, yeah, y'all can be there, protect us, help us, and like maybe you can just say like, you know, I don't agree with this, but I feel like don't tell us how to feel. Don't tell us how to feel.
Well, I mean that's different than what the question first started out as.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
my
see what you're
opinion
saying now.
changes, but I think they should speak, because the white people that are doing these things to us, they don't listen to us. But when the white people speak, that's who they gonna listen to. They looking at they self-talk now, is what I'm saying. So that's where it comes in and important. Is like, you think us having these rallies, this shit is funny to the police.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not back in the day where you can rally and loot and some shit gonna change like that. It's gonna take more than that. Like you said, after these rallies and stuff, what we gonna do afterward?
But it's doing something, though, because look at all these companies, and that kind of brings us into our next topic, because it is doing something. Every single state in America, in other countries, are now rioting and protesting for Black lives, and people are doing stuff. Never, how old are we? Have you ever seen somebody say, we stand and solidify with Black lives, or Black lives are important? And
they scared now.
They scared, and like, this is the thing.
You know what I mean?
That's one of my questions. All y'all are supporting Black Lives Matter. All y'all are supporting Black lives. Is this clout or is this real?
We'll find out soon.